and their mothers to have a look around the show. And I'd like to, first of all, to welcome Benedict Cumberbatch and his mother, Wanda. Now, very, very big welcome to Chelsea.
Thank you.
Do you come often? Do you come always?
No, I've been only 3 times before, and the last trip was 3 years ago. And it was very, very crowded, and I thought, I don't think I could do it again. But here I am, and I love it. It's so worthwhile. It's only that when it's very crowded, you can't actually get up close sometimes to the places you particularly want to see. And but today it's been wonderful.
Are you a keen gardener?
Yes, but only an amateur gardener. I mean,
well, we're all only amateurs.
Well, I started off with a balcony and window boxes, and then we were lucky enough to acquire a cottage 25 years ago. And I'm a cottage gardener, and actually I have to hand it to my husband. He does all the donkey work, and I sit back and say what colours I'd like.
And does Benedict help? Has he grown up?
No,
no,
no, he doesn't. I use
mowing the lawn sometimes, but it's rare. I can't take any credit away from Mum and Dad. It's utterly them.
No, when he was little, I used to get him out of the balcony and endlessly deadhead petunias. Yes.
And I always work on the gardening grease when I'm there as well.
Yes, you do.
Some grease with it.
Yeah.
Do you need that sense of sort of exotica and being away to engage with it?
No, not at all. I mean, I have a roof terrace myself, and you know, what's remarkable about any kind of outdoor space, I think, in London is the immediate sense of calm and distraction and sort of contemplation it gives you, which is sort of vital in what I do and the pace of life at the moment. So it's something that I try and seek out. I live somewhere, I'm not far from Hampstead Heath, which is this wonderful wild woodland, ancient woodland, and it's one of the many beautiful London lungs, as they're called, these great parks that we have. But it's utterly, it's so far removed from London. There are times when you're walking there, you can hardly see a plane, you don't see anybody else for 10 minutes at a stretch. And that's very restorative. But even in a smaller space, you know, to be able to be outside.
You spent your early life in Kensington Gardens, of course, the first.
Yeah, which was a very beautiful royal park, and mucked around like most kids did. I mean, that was my abiding memory with gardens with you, was just being told, will you just get out of that flower? You know, just the typical thing of hiding amongst foxgloves.
You couldn't understand that you weren't allowed to pick the flowers.
Yeah.
But wonderful that you play in gardens. It's not all too somber and serious.
Yeah.
Now, between you, you've got a roof garden, you've got Hampstead Heath, you've got a cottage garden. You had a look around earlier. So let's see what you think.
It's brilliant bringing Mum here because, you know, gardens have always been a part of both of our lives. Both my grandparents had gardens. Mum only had a balcony until I was about 12, but even that was flooded with geraniums. It's just nice to share such a sort of British occasion as well.
The white and the pale salmony pink, isn't that beautiful?
Stunning. Feel the Morrissey in me coming out. Get a hold of them and launch them into a crowd.
I've always thought of gladiators as being very...
I'm very camp flowers.
No, very bright and but that's wonderfully subtle. I didn't
Actually,
know
that is. That's a beautiful colour.
Salmon pink.
Oh, they're incredible.
Stunning.
Beautiful.
Too big for our gardens.
Yeah, way too big.
Now, does this bring back any memories?
Yeah. It really, I mean, even the driftwood as well, like, look, Gran really reminds me of our garden in Brighton. She was always collecting beautiful objects from the beach and then mixing it with bamboo, just like here, this sort of oriental with the very sort of formalised oriental with something very organic and
perfect.
found.
These, couldn't you have a little tiny one in a tub?
No.
No.
Well, no, the problem is, it's so overexposed on the roof terrace because it's south-facing. And I mean, the little ones are beautiful, but I think what's great is when they're uniform. I couldn't do something sort of as slashy and wild as this. No, not really, because it's such a small space. There needs to be something a little bit more organised. What was
I just thought it'd be rather romantic, just flowing in the breeze.
It will be very romantic. But I think I need a bigger roof terrace.
Yes, you do. Look at these. They're so beautiful. You see, I can only grow little ones like that in the garden.
Why?
It's we're in a frost pocket, you see.
Well, that's
we have to keep taking care of
it. It's a small garden, it's exposed, isn't it?
Yeah, and blue lupins too.
Lupins, wow.
Lovely.
These are amazing, aren't they? Yeah.
Lovely, but you see, you can't get a solid blue.
No.
But I've got a huge clump at the cottage.
But
Would you like me to come down there?
I do kind of love that. I mean, again, like the gladiolo, they're a little bit camp, but...
I didn't know they were called Persian slippers.
Or old man's fingers, the ruder term for them, isn't it? Isn't that what Shakespeare calls them? I think so. Maybe I got my flowers muddled. I love the colours of this one, how it goes from darker to lighter at the top of the stone. It's just beautiful, isn't it?
Absolutely lovely. I always choose blue and white.
Yeah.
Because I love the white at night, because just as the light's going, you
it's like a highlight,
yes,
isn't it? It sort of sticks out and glows.
Really beautiful.
Beautiful, yeah.
Oh, this wonderful
stone.
topiary, isn't it lovely?
It's really beautiful, isn't it? Nice to get out of the sort of hotness of the...
Yes, it's so cool and simple. Oh, look, my blue.
That's your blue?
It's just so lovely and simple.
A shaded seat for two. Sit ye down, Mother. It's quite cold.
Oh, lovely.
It's
It's great.
So what did you think, Mum? What did you think of Chelsea?
I think it's wonderful, and thank you very much for bringing me along. I mean, it's just lovely. I would never have got here without you. And one day you're going to have a garden like this.
One day.
This year, Chelsea is playing its part in remembering those that lost their lives during the First World War. And it's now 100 years since the outbreak. And the devastating effects spread into the world of horticulture. Alex Denman, head of show development with the RHS, is with me to talk about this. Now, Alex, how was Chelsea affected directly?
Well, Chelsea to begin with wasn't really affected. So